NASA says its Voyager 1 probe, the most distant human-made object in the universe, is sending usable information to Earth again.
Let's discover something new today. Here's something that we have limited understanding of. Let's improve on that.
Voyager 1, the pioneering spacecraft that embarked on its mission in 1977, has long been a symbol of human curiosity and the relentless desire to explore the unknown. Decades after it left Earth, it continues to travel farther than any other human-made object, transmitting valuable data back to scientists about the far reaches of space. As the spacecraft sails deeper into interstellar space, its instruments pick up signals from regions of the universe never before touched by technology. The scientific community has remained captivated by Voyager 1's continued operation, and its discoveries have become milestones in our understanding of the cosmos. However, recent events have taken a mysterious and unsettling turn, capturing the attention of astronomers and researchers alike. For the first time in its journey, Voyager 1 has received what appears to be an unexpected response, a reply from a nearby object in space. Before we start, hit the like and subscribe buttons for more exclusive news. The anomaly occurred during one of Voyager 1's routine transmissions back to Earth. As it sent its usual streams of data from the interstellar void, an odd and unexplained signal was detected by the spacecraft's sensors. This was not part of the normal noise expected in space. Instead, it bore the hallmarks of an intentional signal, one that seemed directed at the craft itself. Engineers on Earth were immediately puzzled. At first, they thought the reply was merely a transmission glitch, a random burst of radiation, or interference from an astronomical source. However, closer analysis revealed that the signal contained patterns, a characteristic that suggested something much more significant was at play. Patterns in space transmissions usually indicate the presence of an intelligent source. The prospect of receiving a reply from an object in the vast emptiness of space sent shockwaves through the scientific community, igniting debates, theories, and widespread speculation. Voyager 1, currently over 14 billion miles away from Earth, is in a region of space known as the heliosphere's outer limits, where the solar winds of our Sun give way to the interstellar medium. This distant region has fascinated astronomers for years, but no one anticipated that it would be a setting for such an unprecedented event. The sudden receipt of a seemingly intelligent reply raises profound questions. What could this object be? How is it capable of communicating with a human-made spacecraft? For something to respond to Voyager 1, it would need to be close enough to intercept the transmissions, and yet nothing in Voyager's vicinity had been detected by telescopes or other spacecraft until this moment. As Voyager 1 continues its lonely trek through the stars, the mystery surrounding the reply deepens. The spacecraft's mission is to study the edges of our solar system and the transition zone into interstellar space, providing vital data about cosmic rays, the density of particles, and magnetic fields. It was never designed to engage with unknown objects in the vast emptiness beyond. Yet the reply it received suggests that it is not entirely alone. This unexpected development has prompted astronomers to reevaluate their understanding of what lies beyond our solar system. Could it be that there are objects, perhaps even civilizations, that we have yet to detect? The idea that Voyager 1 might have encountered some form of intelligence, artificial or otherwise, is both thrilling and terrifying. To add to the intrigue, scientists have struggled to classify the object that responded. Its precise location remains elusive, though it seems to be relatively close to Voyager 1 in cosmic terms, perhaps within several astronomical units. Some have speculated that it could be a rogue planet or an unknown celestial body with unusual properties. However, these explanations do not fully account for the signal patterns detected by Voyager 1. Patterns, especially those of a structured nature, typically arise from deliberate processes, perhaps technology. The prospect that this object could be an advanced piece of technology from another civilization is a theory gaining traction among some circles, though it remains speculative. After all, the idea that Voyager 1 could have stumbled upon an alien artifact is the stuff of science fiction. The implications of this event are staggering. If this object is indeed of artificial origin, it would be the first concrete evidence that humanity is not alone in the universe. For decades, the question of whether intelligent life exists beyond Earth has been debated, but no direct evidence has ever been found. The Voyager missions, while not specifically designed to search for extraterrestrial intelligence, have always carried a symbolic significance in this regard. Both Voyager 1 and its twin, Voyager 2, carry the Golden Record, a message from humanity to any potential extraterrestrial civilization. The idea behind the Golden Record was that one day, in the distant future, it might be discovered by an intelligent species. However, no one anticipated that a reply would come so soon and in such an unexpected manner. Another aspect that has scientists worried is the nature of the signal itself. While the initial analysis suggests patterns, the full content of the signal is still a mystery. Without a clear understanding of the language, if it can even be called that, deciphering its meaning could take years. Is it a greeting, a warning, or something else entirely? The signal's ambiguity has left many unsettled, as communication from an unknown source in space carries inherent risks. If there is an advanced civilization behind this, what are their intentions? Are they aware of us, and have they been observing us? The possibility that Voyager 1 has inadvertently alerted an extraterrestrial presence to humanity's existence is a prospect that weighs heavily on the minds of scientists and policymakers alike. Another critical question is whether this event represents an isolated incident or the beginning of something more profound. Voyager 1 is moving further away from the solar system with each passing day, but the object that responded seems to be nearby, relatively speaking. Could this mean that we are in closer proximity to other unknown objects or civilizations than we realize? If so, what does this mean for future missions beyond the solar system? NASA and other space agencies are likely to revisit plans for interstellar travel with a newfound sense of caution. While exploration has always been humanity's greatest strength, it is possible that the universe holds dangers we have not yet encountered. As the days and weeks pass, the scientific community remains on edge, awaiting more data from Voyager 1. Engineers and astrophysicists are working around the clock to determine whether more signals can be detected or if additional responses will follow. At the same time, the signal's source remains an enigma. Without further contact or clearer evidence, much of the discussion remains speculative. Still, the fact that we received any reply at all is remarkable. It opens up new possibilities for how we think about space exploration and our place in the universe. One of the more exciting theories emerging from this event is that the object could be some form of alien probe. Much like Voyager 1 itself, this probe could be exploring the cosmos, gathering data about distant solar systems and investigating any signs of life it encounters. If true, this would mean that our region of space has been visited by at least one other technological civilization. Such a discovery would reshape our understanding of the galaxy and its inhabitants. The notion that intelligent species are out there, conducting missions not unlike our own, offers both a sense of connection and a reminder that we are a small part of a much larger cosmic story. For those who have long believed that humanity would one day encounter extraterrestrial intelligence, this event serves as a validation of their hopes. Many scientists have been working for years on projects like the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence, SETI, scanning the skies for any hint of an alien signal. Yet it was Voyager 1, a mission with entirely different objectives, that first received an actual reply. The irony of this is not lost on those who have dedicated their lives to the search for life beyond Earth. This unexpected reply may encourage a renewed focus on space missions aimed at detecting alien life, with greater resources and attention paid to the possibility of intelligent contact. In addition to its scientific implications, the psychological impact of this event on humanity cannot be overstated. For generations, humans have looked up at the stars and wondered whether we are alone. The idea that another intelligence might be aware of us is both thrilling and unsettling. What does this mean for our future? Should we fear what lies beyond, or embrace it as the next chapter in our evolution as a species? As the world grapples with these questions, Voyager 1 continues its journey into the unknown, bearing silent witness to a universe that is far stranger and more complex than we could have ever imagined. The sudden mysterious reply to Voyager 1, an object we once thought lost in the void, heralds a new era of cosmic exploration. However, as scientists dig deeper into the strange phenomenon, the ramifications of such an event grow ever more complex and profound. The curiosity and excitement that surround this development are tempered by a sense of caution, as humanity grapples with the possibility that our existence has been noticed by a presence far beyond our understanding. As Voyager 1 journeyed beyond the heliosphere into interstellar space, it continued to collect valuable scientific data, but the prospect that it has encountered something sentient, or at least artificially intelligent, has launched an entirely new chapter in its mission. This is no longer just a matter of scientific discovery. We are now in uncharted waters, facing questions that go beyond particle density, magnetic fields, or cosmic rays. This anomaly asks bigger questions about our place in the universe, the nature of intelligence, and whether contact with extraterrestrial beings could have consequences we aren't prepared for. For years, scientists have debated how humanity should handle first contact with extraterrestrial life. While various protocols and strategies have been developed for a situation where we might find or detect intelligent life, the reality of the event seems much more chaotic than any planning committee could have anticipated. The sheer scale of space has always provided a sense of comfort that even if we aren't alone in the universe, any civilization would be so far away that direct interaction would be unlikely for millennia. Voyager 1's mysterious response has shattered that illusion. The most immediate concern is determining the true nature of this unknown object and the signal it has sent. In the absence of visual confirmation, the working theories range from rogue artificial satellites from another civilization to massive, undiscovered space structures possibly drifting undetected in the cosmic void. The idea that Voyager 1 could have stumbled upon something as simple as a probe from an ancient extraterrestrial race is both fascinating and plausible. Consider this. If we've been sending out signals for decades, why shouldn't other civilizations, if they exist, have done the same or even more? Perhaps they have been observing interstellar space for millennia, quietly waiting to respond. The possibility of an alien civilization watching us from a distance, unnoticed until now, may sound fantastical, but it aligns with theories regarding advanced technological civilizations. Any intelligent beings capable of space exploration may have long mastered techniques to observe distant regions of the galaxy. What we see as empty, desolate stretches of space may in fact be dotted with silent watchers, monitoring, cataloging, and waiting for the right moment to reveal themselves. The fundamental question remains, why now? Why did this object choose to respond to Voyager 1, which has been transmitting signals into space for decades? The timing has led some to wonder whether our actions as a species have triggered this response. Perhaps something in our broadcasts, such as the complex nature of our transmissions or an anomaly in our spacecraft's behavior, caught the attention of whatever or whoever sent this reply. As we continue to investigate, more pieces of the puzzle may fall into place, offering clarity about the specific conditions that made this interaction possible. Another aspect of this event is the potential risk it poses. In all human history, our understanding of the universe has been shaped by the assumption that intelligent life, if it exists, is too far away to reach us or even be aware of us. Voyager 1's sudden interaction suggests that this may not be the case. If there is indeed another intelligent species in our neighborhood of the galaxy, their ability to respond so quickly and precisely raises concerning questions about their technological capabilities. Could this mean that they possess vastly superior knowledge and power? Potentially even interstellar travel? Voyager 1 is not equipped to defend itself or communicate in any complex manner beyond its programmed functions. It is merely an emissary, sent into space with the hope of making discoveries. Yet, if it has inadvertently made contact with a civilization far beyond our own, this discovery could carry enormous consequences. Consider, for example, what would happen if an advanced civilization viewed Voyager 1 not as a peaceful probe, but as a potential threat, or at least a curiosity that requires further investigation? In the worst-case scenario, the mere fact that we've sent this probe could provoke interest or intervention from a species that could easily overpower us. Given these possibilities, some have suggested that the immediate next steps should be ones of caution. Rather than hastily broadcasting further messages or attempting to actively reach out to this object, some believe humanity should focus on observation and study. We must first fully understand what we are dealing with before taking any actions that could escalate the situation or invite unwanted attention. Nonetheless, the nature of space exploration is driven by curiosity and the desire to engage with the unknown. Many within the scientific community argue that this moment is precisely what humanity has been waiting for. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence has been an ongoing effort for decades, and if Voyager 1's mysterious reply is indeed evidence of intelligent life, then it marks a turning point in that search. For the first time, humanity might not just be listening, we could be heard. This event brings up an interesting paradox. While we have been sending signals into space for decades, whether through radio telescopes or spacecraft like Voyager 1, many have questioned whether it's wise to alert other civilizations to our presence. The late physicist Stephen Hawking famously warned that actively broadcasting our existence could be dangerous, as we cannot predict how advanced civilizations would react to us. The concern is that any civilization capable of receiving and responding to our signals would likely be far more advanced than us, possibly viewing us as primitive or insignificant. In such a scenario, our well-meaning broadcasts could be interpreted as an invitation for domination or exploitation. This brings us to a broader philosophical question. Should humanity pursue contact with extraterrestrial life, even if it means risking our own safety? Voyager 1's mission was never designed with this question in mind, but the recent reply it received forces us to confront this dilemma. As much as we long to know whether we are alone in the universe, there is a very real possibility that the answer could bring about unforeseen consequences. Nevertheless, the fact that Voyager 1's journey has elicited a response cannot be undone. We must now deal with the implications of this new reality. As scientists attempt to decode the nature of the reply, some speculate that it may contain more than just patterns. There could be complex information embedded within the signal that we are not yet equipped to fully understand. Imagine the possibility that this message is a form of communication designed to teach us something about the universe, perhaps even about the civilization that sent it. Such a scenario would be the most optimistic outcome, a chance for humanity to learn from an intelligence far older and wiser than ourselves. On the other hand, deciphering the message could reveal intentions far less benign. The lack of understanding about what the signal represents makes it all the more important to approach the situation carefully. It is entirely possible that this message could serve as a test, a way for the senders to gauge our technological and intellectual capabilities. If we manage to decode it successfully, perhaps we will be deemed worthy of further contact. Alternatively, failure could mark us as insignificant or unworthy of continued interaction. While speculation abounds, one thing is certain. Voyager 1's sudden reply has already left an indelible mark on our understanding of space exploration. It has forced us to confront the possibility that the universe is far more populated than we ever imagined, and that humanity's actions, whether intentional or not, are now visible on a cosmic scale. This moment represents a shift in perspective, where the question is no longer whether we are alone, but what the universe's other inhabitants might think of us. Voyager 1's mission, once simply a quest to explore the farthest reaches of the solar system, now carries implications that stretch far beyond its original scope. The probe was built to last, designed with durability in mind to continue sending data back to Earth for as long as its power sources could sustain it. Yet no one could have predicted that it would be the first spacecraft to potentially interact with an extraterrestrial object. This outcome speaks to the unpredictability of space exploration. As we venture into the unknown, we must accept that some discoveries will be beyond our control or even our comprehension. In the months and years ahead, scientists will likely redouble their efforts to study the data coming from Voyager 1. Every signal, every piece of information sent back from the spacecraft will be scrutinized for clues about the object that replied and its origins. Perhaps even more intriguingly, future space missions could be influenced by this event, prompting new approaches to interstellar exploration and communication. Missions once focused solely on gathering data about planets and stars may now incorporate an additional goal: to better understand and potentially interact with extraterrestrial intelligence. While we await more information, the mystery of Voyager 1's reply has captivated not just scientists but also the general public. It is a reminder that despite all we have achieved in the realm of space exploration, we are still at the very beginning of our journey into the cosmos. The universe is vast and filled with wonders and dangers alike, and we are only just beginning to grasp its complexity. In the grand scheme of things, Voyager 1's sudden and alarming reply could be viewed as a wake-up call, a reminder that our explorations have consequences, and that the universe may be more interconnected than we realize. As we continue to push the boundaries of what is possible, we must do so with both curiosity and caution. The mysteries of space are vast, and with each new discovery, we are reminded that the unknown is as humbling as it is awe-inspiring. Voyager 1's mission may have started as a bold step into the unknown, but it has now become a symbol of the profound and unpredictable nature of the cosmos itself. As the implications of the mysterious signal received by Voyager 1 continue to unfold, it has become clear that this singular event represents more than just an anomaly in space exploration. It's the kind of discovery that could redefine humanity's place in the cosmos and open up previously unimaginable possibilities. The dialogue surrounding this occurrence is already spiraling into new domains of thought, extending from hard science to speculative philosophy to even geopolitical considerations. What began as a quiet, calculated mission to explore the fringes of our solar system has now turned into a drama of cosmic proportions. The magnitude of this discovery has led to a cascade of questions that humanity must now face with unprecedented seriousness. For many, the sheer fact that Voyager 1 received a signal from an object in the vastness of space is a confrontation with the concept of scale. When Voyager 1 was launched, the solar system seemed so incomprehensibly vast that even our nearest planetary neighbors felt unreachable. Now, the spacecraft is billions of miles away from Earth, having crossed the boundary of the heliosphere, our solar system's protective bubble. This transition into interstellar space was a remarkable achievement in itself, but to now receive a reply from an unknown object suggests that space is not as empty as we once believed. It reinforces the idea that intelligent life could be far more prevalent in the universe than previously thought, but scattered so sparsely that meaningful contact could only occur in rare, fleeting instances. Instances like this. The first significant hurdle in interpreting the mysterious signal from the nearby object is that it challenges the conventional wisdom about space itself. For decades, scientists have believed that intelligent civilizations, if they exist, would be so far removed from us in space and time that direct interaction would likely never occur. This stems from the understanding of the enormous distances between stars and galaxies, the challenges of faster-than-light travel, and the assumption that technological civilizations would either be too young or too old for our timelines to overlap. But Voyager 1's signal throws this assumption into chaos. If this object has the capacity to detect Voyager 1's transmissions and send a structured signal back, then either it is far closer than we realized, or its technology far exceeds our expectations. The nature of this discrepancy offers two drastically different explanations, each of which is equally compelling and troubling. The first explanation is that we have fundamentally misunderstood the architecture of space in our local cosmic neighborhood. Perhaps there are hidden regions, invisible to our telescopes, where objects or even entire civilizations are cloaked from our view. These cloaked objects might be utilizing a form of camouflage or stealth technology, or they might be simply occupying a part of space that we lack the capability to perceive. The possibility that our understanding of space is incomplete is a humbling notion. It could mean that humanity has been living in a kind of cosmic isolation bubble, oblivious to the realities of the universe's complexity and its full population. The second explanation is that this object possesses technology far beyond anything we can conceive. If this is the case, the implications are staggering. Not only would this object be able to detect and respond to Voyager 1 across vast distances of space, but it may also have the means to traverse these distances, or even manipulate them, using advanced forms of propulsion or energy manipulation. This could signify a technological sophistication that dwarfs our own, indicating the presence of an ancient and highly developed civilization. Such a civilization might have mastered interstellar travel long ago and could be scattered across the stars, much like humanity is scattered across the Earth. What makes this scenario even more fascinating is the possibility that this advanced civilization may be deliberately observing us. Perhaps this reply to Voyager 1 is not an accident, but a calculated step in a long-term plan of cosmic diplomacy, or worse, surveillance. The idea that we are being watched by an alien civilization introduces another layer of complexity to the situation. If they've known about us for some time, why wait until now to reply? What might they be waiting for? This question suggests a highly strategic thought process behind the signal, as if we are being evaluated for reasons we cannot yet fathom. This possibility raises concerns not only in the scientific community, but also in the geopolitical realm. Throughout history, humanity's greatest advancements in technology have often been driven by competition and fear, most notably during the Cold War, when the race to the moon was spurred on by the rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union. The prospect that Earth is now under the scrutiny of a technologically superior civilization could spark a new kind of space race, one driven by the fear of potential alien contact. Nations around the world may see this as an existential challenge, prompting a surge in funding for space programs, defense initiatives, and even weapons development for potential conflicts in space. This geopolitical dimension cannot be ignored. Governments across the globe would have to reassess their priorities in space exploration, now realizing that the stakes are no longer limited to scientific discovery and economic expansion. The game has changed. We are no longer just exploring space. We may now be competing with and potentially preparing for interaction with intelligent extraterrestrial civilizations. The resulting policies could range from peaceful collaboration to outright militarization of space, depending on how this situation unfolds and how the object's signals are interpreted. The scientific community is acutely aware that they must act with caution, balancing curiosity with responsibility. On one hand, this is the greatest discovery of all time, the confirmation that there is indeed intelligent life beyond Earth. On the other hand, they understand that provoking or interacting with an advanced alien civilization could lead to unintended consequences, both in terms of our safety and in the broader existential sense. What if, in responding to this signal, we reveal too much about ourselves, our weaknesses, our vulnerabilities, our lack of preparedness for such an encounter? What if the object's initial signal is merely a reconnaissance effort, and any further transmissions we send could trigger a deeper response? To deal with these concerns, space agencies such as NASA and international bodies like the United Nations would likely need to convene global councils, bringing together experts from a variety of fields: astronomy, physics, linguistics, and even ethicists and diplomats, to determine the best course of action. International collaboration would be key, as any actions taken in response to the signal could have far-reaching effects, not just for one nation, but for all of humanity. We are dealing with the ultimate global issue, one that transcends borders and political alliances. This event could unite the world in a way that nothing else has before, providing a common goal of understanding and managing our place in the universe. Yet alongside the seriousness of this task, there is a profound sense of wonder that cannot be denied. The idea that Voyager 1, a probe launched decades ago with rudimentary technology by today's standards, could be the catalyst for first contact with an extraterrestrial civilization seems almost poetic. Humanity's early steps into space exploration were bold and hopeful, but they were also cautious, with no real expectation that we would find anything other than cold, empty space. And yet, here we are, confronted with evidence that we may not be as alone as we thought. Voyager 1's mission, initially framed as a purely scientific endeavor, has become something far more meaningful. It has become a beacon of humanity's potential in the vast unknown. As scientists dig deeper into the mechanics of the signal, there is speculation that we may be on the verge of discovering entirely new principles of physics. If this object can indeed communicate over such vast distances with such precision, it could be using technologies or energy sources that we have yet to comprehend. Some theorize that the signal might involve quantum entanglement, a phenomenon where particles remain connected across vast distances, acting as though they are in direct communication. Others propose that the object might have harnessed dark energy, the mysterious force driving the acceleration of the universe's expansion, to communicate or even move through space. These theories, while speculative, are tantalizing because they could revolutionize our understanding of the universe. Imagine what humanity could achieve if we were able to tap into these advanced technologies. Faster-than-light communication, interstellar travel, and the ability to manipulate the fabric of space-time could become realities, drastically changing the course of our future. The discovery of an alien civilization could be the key that unlocks these secrets, offering us knowledge that would take millennia to develop on our own. However, this raises another question. Is humanity ready for such knowledge? History shows that with great power comes great risk. The development of nuclear technology, for example, brought both the promise of nearly limitless energy and the potential for unprecedented destruction. Similarly, the introduction of alien technology or knowledge could lead to incredible advancements in medicine, energy, and space travel, but it could also destabilize societies, economies, and political systems. The world is already grappling with rapid technological changes: artificial intelligence, genetic engineering, and climate change. The sudden influx of knowledge from an extraterrestrial civilization could either unite us in a common cause or tear us apart as nations compete for control over these new technologies. If you liked this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel. Also, could you leave your comments below and tell us, what do you expect will happen next? We want to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.